Alright, welcome to my channel, this is Locksport. What I'm working on today is this Gard 220, 2270, if I can spit that out. Anyway, it looks like a safe dial lock, but it is not. It is actually a keyed lock, which uses this special key. And it still uses the wheels and everything, but I was looking for lever locks in this style, and I saw this, and I was like, what is that? So I started doing research on them, saw Lock Noob had done a video, and then saw where Sidepicks had done a video, and it was all with a type of making a pick out of the key and applying pressure and stuff. But looking at it, I was like, it functions more like a disc detainer. So I kept doing some research, talked to Sidepicks. He was willing to sell me his, so I got his and his pick and everything. But before I got it, I was like, there's got to be a different way to pick this. So I kept researching because I was thinking if you should be able to pick it like a disc detainer. Well, got to find out and doing my search, I did find a video, I believe by a lock manipulator, where he demonstrated picking it like a disc detainer. So I got this, got my pick made, using some old disc detainer handles I'd made as when I was trying to make my own, and I was able to pick this one with it. So what I would like to try today is to do an open box blind pick if possible, and hopefully I don't. This is not an it's Amazon box, but it's not from Amazon. It's from eBay. Got a second one, got a variety of stuff. So try not to show any information if there's any in the box, but nope, I don't see any. So, sorry. So here is a Gard. I don't know. It's supposed to be, yep, mechanical 2270. So should be a somewhat brand new one. Oh, and I got the discussion plate. That'd be nice. I may mount that on my holder sometime. Unless it'll mount now. Anyway, not for the video. Here's the keys. Not really interested in the keys. I really don't look at those too much. Mounting hardware, but where's the lock? Alright, so here's the lock. You can see the tamper seal is still intact, so I'm just going to get all this out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and mount it up onto here. Get it the right way. Use the same screws I used the other one. They should fit. Okay. No, I probably should test it and make sure it works, but again, I don't want to look at the key, really. That's what I'm trying to do. Hope you understand that I'm trying to do this as blind as possible. I don't know how long this is going to take. I don't know how long. Alright, so I am going to do one thing. I'm going to take this set key. It's basically when you get a lock, I just want to make sure that this is not set to that. And it is. So it is not set to a key yet. Alright. So, crud. So now I need to set it to the actual key it came with. Alrighty. So, I ain't even like the keys wasn't set. Well, oh well. That's why I wanted to check that. Alright, what is that collar there? I don't know what that collar is. Okay, anyway, here's the key. So I'm gonna turn it till I hear the click, and then hopefully this will slip in the back. Yep. Make sure it's all the way in. There we go. Turn it 90 degrees. Turn my key back. Alright, so here's the new keys. Came with this lock. Come on. Cut freaking plastic. I think I ripped it open far enough a while ago, but I didn't. Alright, come on. Sorry sorry, I was not wanting to have to do this. Alright, so here we go. We'll stick the new key in. Okay, gotta get it in. Alright, in. And I'm gonna turn it to just there. And hopefully I can just take this out. Pull the set key out. And we're gonna check it. Yep. So that key now works. Now if I check the set key again. Alright, it does not work now, so it is rekeyed to its correct key. Alright, I'm just throwing these, you have to take my word, I just threw those back in the box so I could. Alright, so the way I'm going to pick this is, hopefully my marks and all are still good from when I was doing the other one. So I'm going to go all the way in. I'm going to stick my pick in, and what this does is it slips in. I'll have to show you if I can get it afterwards. This may be a long video. So the first thing I need to do is I need to drop the fence, or get the back cam out of the way so the fence can drop. So I'm just going to turn. I have a mark here. Hold on, we'll pull you down so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All it's doing is going into the lock. Alright, so I'm just going to turn until I get just past this other mark, and that's based off, if you look at a key, there's actually that same mark is on the back side. Let's see. So there's the front. As you turn it, you see that same mark is right there in that key. That's for, I believe, for setting it. And I believe if we look at the discussion for it, I think that mark is on the cover. Let's see, because I think you have to orient the cover depending on which way you orient the lock. It also aids in, yep, so I'm sorry, I'm getting in frame here. You can see that mark is even on the cover. So alright, so here we go. So now to picking. So I've already, let's see, did I move that? Yep. So I moved this, and what this allows for the fence to drop down. I'm going to zoom back out just a bit. Come on. Right there. Sorry. Okay. So I got that turned just past there. Alright. So now I'm going to, just like a disc detainer, I'm going to pull back and find the first wheel. Or it's actually the fourth wheel, and counting from the front. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it, and I'm feeling for a gate. Okay, I know I had to stay within those marks, so I'm going to turn it back. I didn't really feel anything, but I will say when you're doing these, you need to feel in both directions, because all I'm feeling right there, I hit a stop. It's real subtle, so what I'm going to do is, if that is the gate, I don't want to be right on it, so I'm just going to back it off a hair. Okay, same with this one. I'm going to turn it to, like right there, I felt something stop. So right now, I'm going to turn it back just a hair to get it off of that, because I want it to be able to drop into the fence, to be able to drop in the gate, and I don't want it to be rubbing. So, alright. One for the second or third one to pick in. One all the way. I didn't feel anything. Go back. Still didn't feel anything, so I'm gonna go one more time. Let me go a little bit further back. Did I feel something? Maybe something right there. I'm gonna back it off just for a sec. I'm gonna leave it right there. Let me go back off. That's awful close to the gate. So let me find the first one, or closest one towards us. And okay. So get back on it. Right there, if it wants to stop, so I'm going to back it off. Alright, we're going to go back to the back, let's see, so I can find the back one here. Okay, I can feel it, really drag in. I don't know if you ever heard that click. So I'm going to Do that one. I can hear it dragging. It wants to stop there, so I'm going to back it off just a bit. Okay, let's go back to this one. Not feeling or hearing anything. Oop, I heard it. Wow, that was... I can hear it dragging right there, so I'm going to just back it off for a minute and see. Gotta find the fourth one here. There it is. Heard it dragging. So you could hear it dragging there. Okay, let's leave it there. Let's back it up just a hair. I can hear it dragging, so I'm gonna back it off. I'm not, sorry, let me get my hand off that so you don't think I'm pushing on it or anything, which I don't think that would. Alright, heard a drag. Alright, here drag, we'll go back a little bit. Okay. Hear it dragging, so a little bit trying to go where I don't hear dragging. Alright, going back to this one. Hear dragging. Okay, kind of quiet it up. I heard dragging, so I'm gonna go back. Oh, and I feel it hit the side of a gate. See if I can find the other side of it. So if I feel it there, okay, kind of freeze up there. I'll leave it right there. There it is. Just feels like it's rubbing right there. Okay, kind of got. Trying to feel the side of the gate. Alright, there's a gate right there. I'm going to back it up. Alright, I'm going to go back this way. I felt it click off a gate there. So I'm going to go back to start and then I could hear a lot of dragging. I heard it tap the gate there, so I'm going to go back. I just heard it tap the gate there. And I can feel the other side of it there. So go to this one. I feel the side of the gate there. Kind of feels resistance there, so I'm going to leave those two where they're at. Alright, had a hard stop there. Oop, got another stop there. Nothing there, so let me go back. Alright. Somewhere right in there I had a feel like a stop. Right there I had a stop. So I'm gonna back it off just a bit. Alright, I'm gonna come out to the last disc and try to find it. Okay. Nope, nothing there. So that's may not have those first two in the right gates. Alright, feel it dragging. Kinda alright, feels like a gate there, but it's just kinda sounds like sandpaper riding. Okay, I'm gonna free that up there. Oop, I just heard it click. So let's check this one. heard the gate tap. So let's go back up to the front. Oop, I just heard it tap or click, so I'll leave it there for a second. Oh, I just heard that one click. Okay. Thinking maybe just these two need a. Oop, go back. Okay, those two. I can hear that good tap right then. Let's check these. Oop, I heard a click there. Let's see if I can feel the sides of the. Okay, there's the side of a fence, and there's a side. So let's check there. Let's come up to the front. Go all the way back just to be sure. Right there, I think. Okay. Oop. Heard a little click right there. Yep. Right in there, feels the side of the gate. Get back, yep. Make sure there ain't one past it. Nope, I think it is. Yeah, you can hear that dropping a little bit on her. No, because it's not right, because I wouldn't be able to come out of it if I was in the right gate. Alright. Okay. Alright, now it's just these two, I think, is what I got left to sweeten up, if you will. Alright, get it on. There we go. Nope. All the way back. There's Mark. There it is. Oop, had a rough drag right. Okay, maybe free there. Okay, now that one I lost all feeling, so I'm thinking I got this one in the wrong. Oop, I heard a tap right there. Sorry, my hands are getting. Okay, so that one just, I'm trying if there's another. Okay. Alright, that one's binds pretty hard right there. I'll go past it and see if it binds again. A little bit. So let's see if I was just in the false gate there. Okay. Not hearing or feeling anything on that one though. So nope, I think these need to go back. Oops. Right there, I'm gonna leave that one right there. You can actually hear it lifting the fence. I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's see, just double check. Yep, let's see. Here, right there. Now, where are you at? Okay, I hear it click right about there. So. You can hear that fence dropping down. Part of dropping there too. That was the drop I was listening for. So now we'll go all the way to the back. And hopefully, yes, it is open. Wow. So it is possible to pick it like a disc detainer. This is for sound and somewhat filling the gates, side of the gates. So while this is picked, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Why it is picked, well, I don't know if I can get that. No, that's going to rip off. So anyway, so I'm going to push out just to show you kind of what I was doing. Okay, so, alright, so this is the fence. So I'm going to turn it around this way so you can kind of explain better from this direction then, and I need to focus back in. Alright, so we got the fence here, and you can see it's dropped down into the gates. So I'm just going to pull the fence straight out. Alright, it does have a spring on it. So this is the actual, if you will, a drive cam, like in a regular lever lock. So I need, what do I need? I need something to push. I'll just use the back of my pick. I just need to push this ring in. I gotta get up under it too. Ah. Alright, use the right tool maybe. So I'm going to just push on that and get something up under it. There we go. Nope. Yep, there we go. That's out. That's coming out. So now if I go all the way around with it, hopefully get that out of there. Push this around. Ooh, nope. Bent that. Not what I wanted to do. Alright, I'll fix that. Okay, so now the drive cam could come out, and then the center part that goes into the center of the key. So this is when I get ready final, this goes all the way to the back, and that's what actually can turn this. So you got that, then you got a spacer. That's just a brass spacer. Then you got the back wheel. I'm gonna kind of grab all these at once, so you can see the false gates there. There's the true gate. Then you got plastic spacer. Again, you got false gates all the way around this. So if you know, that true gate, and then it just repeats. You got a plastic spacer. Yeah, there's the true gate and everything. So if I was to line this up on, grab the key now. So think about it when this is in the lock and you're turning it this way. So I'm just going to drop these on there just for the spacers. Make sure I keep them in the right positions. Do I have it? Where's my... Okay, not working like I want it to, so I may leave the spacers out. Yeah, leave the spacer out. Okay. Why am I 100? Is this one in the right position? Nope. Should be there. Should be there. Why are my gates not lining up? Oh, because I'm putting it on backwards. That's why. I need to do this one first, right? That's the furthest one in the back. No, I'm just doing it right. This lock probably won't work worth the hoot now. Let's see. Which way were they sitting? So they need to face the key this way. Maybe that's what I was doing. I had it backwards as far as the direction that they actually faced the key. Yeah, there we go. Now it's lining up. So there we go. So that goes on there. And then this one goes on there. So when you line them up to the cuts in the key, you know, when you go back to 0, they're like that. You can pull the key out, but once you put the key in, it goes to the right position. You see how it turns each one, and then they turn into position. And this one is also in that mix during that time, so it is right there. So when you're turning it backwards, you can see how it turns the fence off that. Let's see. Sorry, too much to hold at once. Alright, so then as I start turning right, they all line up, and then once all 5 of them get in a line and you turn, it'll pull that fence. It'll grab that fence and pull it out of the way. So let's reassemble and I show the key in operation. So should just have to. Alright, so that one should drop in. Spacer. Drop in. And I need to get these turned around. That's fine. Sorry, I just have to because if these are not correct, the key will not go in. Okay, spacer. Drop that one up top. Yep. Spacer up top. Brass spacer. There it is up top. Okay. Let me put this back in if it's not bent up too bad. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're back together. Okay, drop that in there. And drop the fence back in. Nope, I gotta push the bolt out. Bolts out, and I just have to be careful of that relocker because it just, alright, it just relocked. So let me pull the relocker out. Just so I can show the function of this thing. Alright, there we go. Come on, relocker, come out of there. There we go. That's out of the way now. Now I can maybe hopefully show the key. Where's the key? This is that key, right? Yep, that's the key. So if it go in. Alright, so now hopefully from the back you can see them all. Hopefully turn where you can see the gates. There. The gates are on the line. If I get my finger off of it, that'll drop into place and then it'll retract the bolt. But alright. So that is picking the Gard 2270, and just to give you a look at the pick tip. Oops, sorry. So what it is, it's a solid piece of metal that I silver soldered to a 4mm rod, but I cut it down so it was small enough to, because there is warding in there, so it has to rotate around the warding. You know, so it needs to be a little bit smaller diameter, but it also has to have a hole in the center for, if you will, it's like a pipe key on the lever lock, so it has to be able to rotate around that. And then it has a larger part at the end, so I can get on the little tab. I don't know what you would quite call it in this tile lock, but a little tab in there. So you can see when I'm all the way at the back, I can still rotate that. And you do kind of need the marks because you can over rotate that one. But again, if you look at a key, sorry, let me turn that back. If you look at the keys, that is a pretty well common thing. So you go in that way, and then when it turns, it follows that line. So if I go here, if I'm up, and if I put that line straight up, I should be at the gate. See, I'm at the gate for this one, so that allows the other ones to fall down. And the reason that this didn't fall down is because that's the wrong key. So if you have the wrong key, it'll just keep turning till you hit the warding on the key, and then you got to turn it back. So, alrighty. Well, I know that was a bit long-winded, but that's a very, very cool lock. Not sure what you would classify this as. I guess maybe some type of, possibly a disc detainer, but there's no sidebar or anything like that in it. But anyway, alright, thanks for watching.